I have been working for weeks now to get the garden beds ready for transplanting the rest of the potatoes and onions. It has been quite the job, really hard and painful because there are a lot of rocks and there are still a lot of rocks, of course, but I remove the bigger ones. I'm still waiting for some compost to arrive. I have been actually waiting for almost a month now, I think, and also for the hay. I haven't gotten yet, but I'm wishing for it to arrive this week. Luckily, I had a few compost bags which I use in order to give some nutrient to the soil. I also added some organic and natural fertilizer because the soil, as I might have mentioned, is completely depleted in nutrients. I don't know if I told you about this or not, but right after we moved into our land 2 years ago, I threw a lot of seeds to give some nutrient back to the soil, thinking that the chop and drop technique will help the soil to nourish and be ready by this time. But unfortunately, none of those seeds work, and now I'm realizing why it didn't, because the soil was super compacted and it just didn't work just to throw the seeds and wait for them to sprout. The soil had to actually be worked, be recompacted and remove all these rocks in order for us to be able to continue growing for many years. So that job is the job that I'm doing now 2 years later, but I'm really excited because the first steps are the most difficult ones. To get going this project has been a labor of love. Venga, vamos. Vamos. Como va ahí. Vamos. After almost 2 months waiting for the hay to arrive, I finally got a few packages. I didn't get them delivered by the local farm, they haven't brought it yet, so I had to find an alternative because my potatoes were already quite big and the weather is getting really hot and I had to start covering them. This is a sign to start getting ready next year and become more self-sufficient in terms of supplies. So I am already thinking how I'm going to do next year in order to grow some grains, to have my own hay, for example, so I don't find myself in a similar situation. I also fill these 2 huge bottles of waters. These were the tanks that we used originally when we moved to our land 2 years ago to water the garden and have our own supply. I'm waiting for Pepe to help me to install the watering system down here, but we are really busy with the build of the house and everything, so for now, to water the garden, this is how I'm doing it. It's been raining here and there, which was okay because everything looks good, but now the weather is getting really high, so I wanted to cover everything with the hay and water so the water doesn't evaporate and last longer in the soil. I planted the last potatoes that you are seeing here like a week and a half ago or so, but I wasn't able to finish covering the soil with compost. I just mixed a couple of bags for this entire square, and then I just use for each potato a compost bed, and then I cover it with most of the compost that I have. But before I put the hay, I would like to cover everything with the last 2 bags that I have left of compost. This way it will help the soil to get more nutrients, and we are actually building soil in this area.
After many months of work, I can share with you all the launch of my Farm to Table online masterclass, a more than 1 hour long class where I explain and share everything that I have learned during the past years to create the abundant garden we currently have. And I have been able to launch it thanks to Squarespace, the platform that I used to launch my Farm to Table garden guide last year, and this month the launch of my masterclass. Their beautiful and functional templates allowed me to do so seamlessly. While they handle the logistics, I'm able to focus in my garden and creating new content. They will help you stand out with a beautiful website, thanks to the many different features they offer. If you would like to start your own website or online store, go to squarespace.com/Eugenia Diaz for a free trial and a 10% off your first order of a website or domain. I will leave all the links in the description box. I look forward to seeing you creating beautiful things.